These black athletes aren't just rich, they're empire builders. Private islands, $18 million watches, jets with their names stitched into the seats. But here's the twist. Most of their money didn't even come from sports. These are the richest black athletes in the world. Number 13, Naomi Osaka. Naomi Osaka isn't just redefining what it means to be a tennis champion. She's quietly becoming one of the most powerful and wealthiest athletes on the planet. Her fortune is already estimated at $225 million. And here's the kicker. Most of it didn't come from tennis. Naomi lives like a minimalist billionaire. Her $7 million mansion in Beverly Hills is the opposite of flashy. Sleek concrete, clean lines, floor-to-ceiling glass, and a Japanese-inspired interior that reflects her calm and composed personality. It's not about showing off. It's about owning space quietly and completely. She also owns property in Hawaii, where she was raised, and recently made headlines for acquiring a penthouse in Manhattan's Soho district, a $5 million fortress of privacy, just steps from the fashion world she's slowly taking over. Her style is iconic. She's not driving Bugattis, but her custom Nissan GT-R turns heads, a nod to her heritage and her deal with the brand. And on her wrist, custom tag, Hoyer pieces, and subtle high-end accessories from Louis Vuitton, Off-White, and Cartier. She doesn't need to scream luxury. She wears it with intention. But Naomi's empire lives beyond the court. She's earned over $21 million in tennis prize money, but that's nothing compared to what she's done off the baseline. In 2021 alone, she made $55 million from endorsements. That's more than any female athlete in history, and more than many male champions too. Nike, Beats by Dre, MasterCard, Panasonic, Workday. The biggest brands in the world are competing to attach themselves to her name. But she's not just cashing checks, she's building. She launched her own skincare brand, Kinlo, designed specifically for melanin-rich skin, a space most major skincare brands had ignored. She's invested in Sweet Green, Modern Health, and the NFT platform Autograph. She's also the co-founder of Hanakuma, a storytelling studio focused on producing culturally driven, globally conscious media. And she's not even 30. Here's the part no one talks about. Naomi Osaka has already surpassed Serena Williams in yearly endorsements, and she did it in less than half the time. She's not just the future of tennis, she's the future of brand power, luxury influence, and quiet dominance. And she's only getting started. Number 12, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo was selling sunglasses on the streets of Athens as a kid. Today, he's worth over $250 million, and he still hasn't hit his prime. The Greek freak doesn't just dominate on the court. He's quietly built a fortune most NBA veterans only dream of. His mansion in River Hills, Wisconsin, is modest compared to the mega mansions of LA, but that's exactly the point. A private, tree-lined estate tucked away from the noise. Because Giannis doesn't play for the cameras, he plays for legacy. His cars, though? A different story. The BMW i8, the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, and a matte black Mercedes-AMG G63 all sit neatly in his garage. He doesn't show them off. But every now and then, the cameras catch a glimpse. Precision. Taste. No excess. Just power. On his wrist, a Patek Philippe Aquanaut, casually worn to post-game pressers. One of the most understated luxury watches in the world, starting at over $70,000. Again, not loud, but unmistakably elite. Giannis is pulling in $45 million per year from his current NBA contract. But his off-court earnings are exploding. He's the face of Nike's Freak signature line, and also represents JBL, WhatsApp, Google Pixel, and Starry, all global brands banking on his clean image and global appeal. But here's where it gets interesting. While most athletes spend years figuring out how to manage their wealth, Giannis is already planting seeds. He recently became a minority owner of Nashville SC, entering the exclusive circle of athletes who are building empires beyond their sport. That's the LeBron playbook, but he's doing it in his 20s. And then there's the loyalty. In a league obsessed with super teams, Giannis chose to stay in Milwaukee. He signed a Supermax deal and delivered the city its first NBA championship in 50 years. That choice alone made him tens of millions in long-term endorsements and solidified his identity as more than just a superstar. He became a symbol. There's a story most people missed. In 2022, Giannis gifted every single Milwaukee Bucks employee a brand new PlayStation 5 and a pair of Beats headphones. just because he wanted to. No press release, no cameras, just respect. And that's what makes him dangerous. He doesn't talk much. He doesn't need to. Because when it's all said and done, Giannis Antetokounmpo might not just be one of the richest athletes on earth, he might be one of the most powerful. Number 11, Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook doesn't just enter the room, he takes over it. And when it comes to wealth, power, and personal branding, he's playing a very different game. One that's brought him to an estimated net worth of $200 million, with every sign pointing toward much more. You know the intensity, the explosiveness. But off the court, Russ is just as sharp, just as intentional, especially when it comes to the way he lives. Let's start with the home. His $19 million mansion in Brentwood, Los Angeles, is not your typical NBA party house. It's architectural precision. Stone, glass, wood, layered like a sculpture. Inside, a private art gallery, custom interiors from Italy, and a walk-in closet that rivals a boutique in Paris. Every single room is a design statement, just like the man who owns it. His car collection is pure muscle and elegance. A matte black Lamborghini Aventador, a white-on-white Ferrari 488 Spider, and a custom Jeep Rubicon with off-road upgrades. He doesn't drive like everyone else, and he definitely doesn't dress like anyone else. In fact, Russell Westbrook has become one of the most influential fashion icons in sports. He doesn't follow trends, he creates them. Front row at fashion weeks, gracing the covers of GQ and Vogue, and collaborating with designers around the world. His fashion brand, Honor the Gift, started as a passion project. Today, it's a global label worn by celebrities, stylists, and cultural tastemakers. And it's all owned by him. Financially, Westbrook is set. He's earned over $330 million in NBA salary alone, with max contracts from the Thunder, Rockets, Lakers, and Clippers. But endorsements take that even further. Nike, Hennessy, Samsung, PepsiCo, all have partnered with him. Not just for visibility, but because he's become a walking brand. He's also stepping into media. In 2022, he launched his own production company focused on documentaries and unscripted series, already in talks with major platforms. Westbrook isn't just building wealth, he's building narrative power. And here's what most people don't realize. He's one of the very few active athletes who owns 100% of his fashion label, his media company, and his branding. No partners, no middlemen, just control. You might not hear Russell Westbrook talking about generational wealth in interviews, but everything about the way he moves, lives, invests, and builds says he's playing the long game. And if his business life ends up anything like his basketball career, he's not even close to done. Number 10, LeBron James. LeBron James isn't just one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He's officially the first active NBA player to reach billionaire status, and he's not slowing down. With a net worth surpassing $1 billion, LeBron's fortune comes from more than just basketball. His real estate portfolio alone is worth over $100 million. He owns a $36.8 million mansion in Beverly Hills with 11 bathrooms, a private movie theater, and marble floors. Imported from Italy, in Akron, his custom-built 30,000 square foot palace features an indoor court, recording studio, and even a barber shop. That's not a house, it's a compound. His garage is stacked with power, a custom Lamborghini Aventador, Porsche 911 Turbo S, Rolls-Royce Phantom, and a Ferrari 599 convertible. He travels in a $22 million Gulfstream G280 jet, often flying between business meetings in LA and New York because his empire needs attention. On the business side, LeBron is a machine. He earns over $44 million a year from the Lakers, but his off-court earnings top $80 million annually. His lifetime deal with Nike alone could exceed $1 billion. Add his stake in Beats by Dre, ownership in Liverpool FC, Blaze Pizza, and his media company Spring Hill, which is now valued at $725 million. But here's the real flex. LeBron is turning endorsements into ownership. Instead of being the face of a brand, he's becoming the boss behind it. While most athletes focus on contracts and sponsorships, LeBron is building infrastructure, film, sports, media, food, tech. He's not just chasing wealth, he's designing a legacy. And when he finally retires from basketball, his real career, the billionaire one, will be just getting started. Number 9, Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is more than just a golf legend. He's one of the very few athletes in history to break the billion-dollar mark. And he did it while keeping most of his private life extremely private. With a net worth estimated at $1.1 billion, Tiger's empire stretches far beyond the golf course. His real estate portfolio includes a $54 million mansion on Jupiter Island, Florida, a waterfront fortress with its own 4-hole golf course, oxygen therapy room, private gym, and a 100-foot lap pool. It's the kind of place that doesn't just whisper wealth, it silences everything around it. Tiger flies in style aboard a Gulfstream G550, a private jet valued at over $53 million, capable of flying 19 passengers in long-haul luxury. And when he's not in the sky, he's cruising on his 155-foot yacht named Privacy, a floating mansion that costs nearly $2 million per year just to maintain. But most of Tiger's fortune didn't come from winning tournaments. It came from the brands behind him, while he earned about $121 million in prize money during his career. Over 90% of his wealth was built through endorsement deals with Nike, Rolex, Gatorade, and EA Sports. At his peak, he was making $100 million per year, just for being Tiger Woods. Today he runs TGR Ventures, an investment firm with stakes in luxury resorts, golf course design, restaurants, and tech startups. He's also a co-founder of the TGL Golf League with Rory McIlroy, an innovative, tech-driven format backed by billionaires. Here's the thing. Tiger's not chasing fame anymore. He's chasing control over the future of golf, over where the money flows, and how the sport evolves. He may be quiet now, but make no mistake, Tiger Woods still plays to win, and this time, the game is worth billions. Number 8. Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather isn't just a retired boxer. He's a brand, a billionaire in behavior, and a master of monetizing attention. With an estimated net worth of $450 million and claims of earning over $1.2 billion in total, Floyd turned his fists into fortune. He owns multiple mansions, including a $25 million estate in Beverly Hills and another in Miami with private docks and a fleet of luxury cars. His car collection? Over 100 vehicles, including a $4.8 million Koenigsegg Trevita, one of only 2 ever made. Some cars he's never even driven. He travels in a $60 million Gulfstream G650, often accompanied by a second jet carrying his entourage. On his wrist, you might find the Jacob & Company billionaire watch, dripping in 260 carats of diamonds, worth $18 million. But Floyd's real genius isn't in how he spends, it's in how he earns. He made $300 million in one night, fighting McGregor, and his company, Mayweather Promotions, continues to pull in millions. He also owns Mayweather Boxing Plus Fitness, a franchise gym brand expanding globally. People love to criticize his flash, but Floyd doesn't care. Because while other athletes build wealth slowly, he sprinted past them all. He's not afraid to show it, wear it, or fly in it. Retired? Technically. But financially, he's still undefeated. Number 7. Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson doesn't just have wealth. He has presence. The kind that walks into a room and owns it. With an estimated net worth of $620 million, Magic went from NBA legend to corporate mogul without missing a step. His real estate portfolio spans coast to coast, including a Tuscan-style mansion in Beverly Hills and a luxury condo in Hawaii. But it's his yacht vacations aboard the $150 million Aquila, complete with 7 suites and a full crew, that show how deep his fortune runs. He doesn't need to show off. But when you travel in a private Gulfstream G650 and cruise the Mediterranean with celebrities, the lifestyle speaks for itself. Magic made roughly $40 million during his playing career, but that was just the warm-up. After basketball, he built Magic Johnson Enterprises, a business empire valued at over $1 billion, with stakes in everything from Starbucks and TGI Fridays to movie theaters and sports teams. He owns part of the LA Dodgers, Team Liquid, esports, and even holds a stake in the NFL's Washington Commanders, one of the most valuable franchises in American sports. His approach is simple. Don't just endorse brands, buy into them, control them, build with them. Magic's power isn't loud, it's calculated, quiet, and far-reaching. While other stars chase the spotlight, he's behind the scenes, signing deals that shift entire industries. He didn't just redefine the game, he rewrote the blueprint for how athletes build generational wealth. Number 6. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan didn't just dominate basketball. He turned his name into one of the most valuable personal brands in history. With an estimated net worth of $2 billion, he's not just the GOAT on the court, he's the king of the boardroom. And here's the plot twist. Jordan made less than $100 million during his entire NBA career, the bulk of his wealth built after retirement. His partnership with Nike changed sports marketing forever. The Air Jordan line generates over $5 billion annually, and Jordan still earns about $150 million per year from it, more than any current NBA player earns from salary. He also held a controlling stake in the Charlotte Hornets, which he sold in 2023 for a reported $3 billion, netting hundreds of millions in profit. That single move cemented his billionaire status. When it comes to lifestyle, Jordan doesn't hold back. His $29 million mansion in Chicago has a full basketball court, private cigar lounge, custom wine cellar, and a security system so advanced it feels like Fort Knox. He also owns a Gulfstream G550 private jet, painted in Carolina blue and stamped with the Jumpman logo. And then there's his $80 million mega yacht, complete with a full bar, spa, gym, and personal staff. But Jordan doesn't do it for flash. He does it for precision, for dominance, the same way he played the game. He turned a signature shoe into an empire, and an empire into a legacy no athlete may ever touch again. Number 5. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal is larger than life, on the court, on screen, and definitely in his bank account. With a net worth of $400 million, Shaq is proof that personality can be just as profitable as performance. His former mansion in Orlando was more like a luxury resort. 70,000 square feet, a 17-car garage, an indoor basketball court, and even a custom-built lakefront Superman bed. After selling that property, he downsized, slightly, into a sleek $16 million Miami estate with all the modern touches. Shaq's car collection is wild. A custom Superman Cadillac Escalade, a Lamborghini Gallardo, stretched to fit his 7 feet 1 inch frame, and multiple Rolls-Royce Phantoms. He even bought a Rolls-Royce for LeBron James, just because he could. But Shaq's empire isn't in flashy cars. It's in smart business. He turned endorsement deals into ownership. While most athletes chase brand sponsorships, Shaq bought franchises, Auntie Anne's, Five Guys, 24-Hour Fitness, and even Papa John's, where he sits on the board. He owns more than 50 brands across food, fitness, media, and tech. And let's not forget his media presence. From inside the NBA to countless commercials, he earns tens of millions per year just by being Shaq. But the brilliance lies in his strategy. He once said, "I want to be involved with things that make people smile." And somehow he turned that into a business model. Shaq didn't just win championships, he built a portfolio so massive it dwarfs most CEOs. And he did it all while staying exactly who he is, a giant with a genius for giving and growing. Number 4. Serena Williams. Serena Williams didn't just dominate tennis. She rewrote the blueprint for what a female athlete could be, both on and off the court. With an estimated net worth of $260 million, Serena isn't just wealthy, she's iconic. Her real estate portfolio reflects that power. She owns a sleek European-style mansion in Jupiter, Florida, valued at $8 million, complete with a gym, spa, and a Hollywood-grade theater. In Miami, she added a 14,500 square foot waterfront property, every inch curated with art, elegance, and personality. Her garage? Part sport, part luxury, Aston Martin Vanquish, Ferrari California, Lincoln Navigator, and a custom Bentley Continental GT. She's also a watch enthusiast, frequently seen wearing Audemars Piguet pieces, including a Black Panther Royal Oak valued at over $300,000. But the real brilliance of Serena is in her business moves. She earned around $95 million in prize money throughout her tennis career. But her off-court ventures exploded her wealth. She signed deals with Nike, Gatorade, Wilson, and JP Morgan, among others. But instead of just endorsing brands, she built her own. Her firm, Serena Ventures, has invested in over 60 startups, focusing on women-led and minority-owned businesses. She's also launched her fashion label and Serena Williams Jewelry, both highly successful. And here's the most powerful detail. She built all this while winning Grand Slams, raising a daughter, and breaking barriers for an entire generation. Serena isn't just a sports icon. She's a billionaire in motion. And every move she makes multiplies. Number 3, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant moves in silence, but his money, it echoes. With a net worth of $300 million, KD is one of the most financially strategic athletes in the world. He's not chasing headlines, he's chasing equity, and he's winning. His Malibu beach house, once listed for $13 million, had panoramic views of the Pacific, floor-to-ceiling glass, and a vibe straight out of Architectural Digest. He also owns property in New York, Oklahoma, and Miami, with each space reflecting precision, calm, and confidence, just like his game. His car collection is just as low-key, but no less impressive. Ferrari California, Lamborghini Urus, Range Rover, and even a rare 1966 Ford GT40 valued at over $2.5 million, a true collector's prize. Durant's NBA salary earns him over $42 million annually, but that's not where the real money comes from. He pulls in another $26 million a year from endorsements, including Nike, Google, Coinbase, and Gatorade. But here's the real secret. Kevin co-founded 35 Ventures, an investment firm with stakes in Postmates, Acorns, NBA Top Shot, and media partnerships with Apple and Netflix. And he's not just investing, he's producing. His company creates original documentaries and series, telling stories that shape culture and build brand equity. KD is quiet for a reason. While other athletes flex on social media, he's building a private empire, one silent deal at a time. And when the game ends, Kevin Durant won't just retire wealthy, he'll retire as a mogul. Number 2. Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton isn't just the king of Formula One. He's the embodiment of speed, style, and smart money. With a net worth of $285 million, Hamilton has turned his racing dominance into a global brand that stretches far beyond the track. He lives between Monaco, London, and New York, owning properties that would make any billionaire pause. His Tribeca penthouse in NYC, worth over $40 million, offers sweeping views of the Hudson River and features a private gym, heated pool, and custom art installations. In London, he owns a restored Victorian mansion in Kensington. And of course, there's his spot in Monte Carlo. Because what's an F1 legend without a base in Monaco? His garage is as elite as his podium record, a Mercedes-AMG Project One, worth $2.7 million, a vintage Shelby Cobra valued at $5 million, a McLaren P1, and a handful of classics and concept cars gifted by Mercedes. He once owned a private jet, a $29 million Bombardier Challenger 605, but sold it to embrace a more sustainable lifestyle. That doesn't mean he's flying commercial. On the business side, Lewis earns more than $70 million per year, between his racing salary and brand deals with Tommy Hilfiger, Puma, Monster Energy, and IWC Schaffhausen. But what really sets him apart? He's investing in vegan startups, fashion ventures, and media production, all while leading conversations about diversity and climate responsibility in sports. Lewis Hamilton isn't just building wealth, he's crafting legacy with precision, just like every corner he takes at 200 miles per hour. Number 1. Kylian Mbappé. Kylian Mbappé isn't just the future of football, he's already one of the wealthiest athletes alive, and he's only in his 20s. With a net worth estimated at $180 million, Mbappé has built a lifestyle that rivals legends twice his age. And he's just getting started. He lives in a $10 million luxury duplex in Paris, perched high above the city with direct views of the Eiffel Tower. The space is modern, serene, and rumored to include a private pool, custom art installations, and a personal chef on staff. Recently, whispers have surfaced about a new estate in Neuilly-sur-Seine, one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in France, the kind of area where CEOs and royalty rub shoulders. And although Mbappé can't legally drive in some countries, his garage is absurd. Volkswagen Multivan, Mercedes GLE, Audi A6 Avant, and eyes on a Ferrari SF90 Stradale, a beast worth over $600,000. When he travels, it's in private jets that cost him up to $7,000 an hour, and PSG even covers a team of staff for him. Driver, bodyguard, assistant, costing $30,000 a month. On the business side, his $53 million PSG salary is just the beginning. He pulls in another $15 million a year from brands like Nike, Dior, and Oakley. With over 108 million Instagram followers, he's the most followed Frenchman in the world, a digital empire that prints money. Kylian isn't just a player, he's a luxury brand in motion. Fast, untouchable, and rising. So now you've seen how the richest black athletes on earth are building empires. Oh, one deal, one jet, one legacy at a time. But what if I told you there's a whole other side of this story? Athletes who aren't even on this list yet. Some are still in their 20s, making moves no one's watching. Stick around, because what's coming next might just change the entire game.